Hello, brains. I have been learning a lot of things, and I'm very excited to share them with you. I should probably start with some context, however. I am writing another book. If you haven't seen it, I already have a book out called How to ADHD, An Insider's Guide to Working with Your Brain, Not Against It. The month after it came out, they were like, that went really well. Do you want to do another one? And I said, another one? I didn't realize I was going to be writing another book. I put everything that I knew into the first book. What would I even write about? And then I had a baby. That was really, really hard. It was one of the hardest times of my life. I barely survived it. And I knew what I wanted to write another book about. Tools that can help us during big life transitions, like motherhood, going off to college, which also did not go well for me, changing careers or quitting your day job, moving across country, all of which I struggled quite a bit with. Any big life transition, I wanted to create a book specifically for people with ADHD, full of tools that can support us better during these big transitions. It's called, tentatively, This Wasn't the Plan, How to Navigate Big Transitions with an ADHD Brain. One of the big differences between the first book and this book is the first book, I was writing about stuff I already knew. I had already spent 8 years learning about ADHD, talking about ADHD, understanding it on a really deep level, listening to your experiences with ADHD. Transitions is kind of a new topic for me. Still related very much to ADHD. However, I was having to learn a lot from scratch. So the first thing that I did was ask everybody that I knew, who should I talk to, right? Who should I talk to about navigating big transitions? Last year at the International ADHD Conference, the answer was Daniela Caridi. Daniela Caridi is an ADHD coach that specializes in helping people with ADHD through big transitions. So I sat down and had a conversation with her. She had a lot of brilliant stuff to share. It will be in the book. But one of the questions I asked her is, what's the biggest mistake people with ADHD make during big transitions, and how do we avoid it, right? Her answer kind of surprised me. She said that the biggest mistake that creates the hardest part of transitions for people with ADHD is clinging to systems that used to work and don't work anymore. And I immediately thought of several things. But she gave the example of something like, if you're a parent and you're used to leaving your glasses on the end table, but now like your kid can reach them and run off with them, that's no longer working. Or if you retire and you used to brush your teeth as part of getting ready for work and getting out the door, but now you don't have to get ready for work and get out the door. When are you brushing your teeth? So there's like little things like that, or slightly bigger things, like when my partner used to, when he needed downtime, go brew beer for 8 hours in the garage. We had an infant. He needed a break more than ever, but him being gone for 8 hours in the garage was very impractical. The tendency for people with ADHD, she explained, is to cling to things that used to work because it is so rare for us to find anything that consistently works for us, that giving it up is like over my dead body. Like, no, this is what works for me, though. This is what works for me. It's always worked for me. And forgetting that, like, maybe now it doesn't. I have a personal example for this. It was very much I am clinging to this system. This is the only thing that I know works for me. It's the only tool that I've ever used for organization that has consistently worked for years, years and years, which was folding my clothes Marie Kondo style. Specifically, doing all my laundry on Sundays, because I could take Sundays as kind of a down day, chill day, watch some TV, throw a load of laundry in, and then put them in dresser drawers, everything standing up. And then the rest of the week, I would have nicely folded clothes. I'd open the drawer, be able to easily find what I needed. Worked great for me. I became a mom, and it was probably about a year before I accepted that this was not working. Because what would happen is I would go to fold only during the times that I could because somebody else had the baby, and that was very few and far between. It definitely was not all day on a Sunday. I did have my partner leave the house with my daughter on Sundays so I could have the house to myself. But then that was the only downtime that I had throughout the whole week, where he took the kid and left the house, and I was spending it doing laundry and folding laundry. So then I tried folding laundry with my kid around, and that did not go well, just immediately. She can unfold things faster than I can fold them. Also, it's nap time, and she's right next to the washer and dryer. And then she goes to bed early, so like trying to work around her nap schedule, like none of this system was working. But it had worked for me so well that I kept trying to make it work. It actually took Cass from Clutterbug telling me, you cannot have a dresser anymore. You need bins. Like, folding does not make sense for you anymore. And I was like, but I like it and it works for me. She's like, it doesn't though. It doesn't work for you. It might have used to work for you. It does not work for you. What Cass from Clutterbug told me to do is get a Kallax shelf and bins, label the bins, and then just throw stuff in the bins. Not just don't fold it Marie Kondo style. Don't fold it at all. So I did. I got a Kallax shelf. I got bins. Somebody suggested not just writing out like shirts, but actually drawing a shirt on the labels so that my toddler could help. So instead of her unfolding the stuff that I'm folding, reverse helping, she was actually able to help in a positive way. Reverse helping, that's a weird way of putting it. But yeah, that's what it felt like. I am doing, she is undoing. Now we are both doing because I can get the laundry out of the dryer and plop it down and she can help me. I can hand her something and say, this is a shirt. And she goes and puts it in the shirt bin. I now have a system that works for the life I have now. And that has become one of the chapters in the book is build systems for the life you actually have. We want to do things in a way that works with our brains, not against it. But our brains are not the only limitation, condition that we are up against. It's also what else is going on in our lives, right? So I found something that worked for my brain and I wanted to keep that because it worked for my brain. But it didn't work for my life. It didn't work for my toddler's brain with where she's at now. It didn't work for other reasons. So as big a proponent as I am of working with your brain, not against it, it's also work with your life, not against it. Work with your other limitations, not against them. Our budget, it's also our environment. It's also our family. I don't know, someday when my kid is older and I have the house to myself more often, I can go back to that system if I want. And maybe I'll even appreciate it more now that it's been so thoroughly disrupted. But for now, this is where I'm at. Okay, fine. I'll get the Kallax shelf. Babe, can you build it? Yeah, my partner is amazing at building IKEA furniture, which is great because it makes no sense to me. Built it, had it in place, but I was like, I wasn't ready to give up the dresser just yet. I can't just take all of these nicely folded clothes and throw them in this new dresser. Also, some of these clothes don't fit me anymore. I need to go through it, right? And so I was like, hey, can you leave it there for a week? It's annoying. It's like blocking the door to the balcony. Can you leave it there for a week so that I can go through it? And he's like, sure, babe. I don't recommend that because now there are many things piled on top of this dresser. I did finally go through it and get everything out, but it took way longer than a week. Now I have an empty dresser that is filled with things on top of it in the same room, and it's making life difficult in other ways. I don't know what the takeaway is there. I just wanted to share it in solidarity in case anybody else is like, yeah, all right, fine. I'll do a new system. I'll do something else that works, but like didn't quite do all of the work of dismantling the old one. I see you. I am you. I currently have no idea how we're going to get this dresser down the stairs. I may take things down one dresser drawer at a time until it's like light enough that we can lift it together, or it just may still be there by the time this video comes out. We will see. I will update you. I will say this. The new system is working so much better. Other than the fact that I didn't entirely dismantle the old system, it worked. I'm able to do laundry. I still got to figure out like when am I doing laundry that isn't Sundays because I keep trying to do it on other days and I keep forgetting that I did the laundry and having to rerun stuff. I haven't quite figured that part out yet, but at least the folding stuff. And I've preserved a little bit of it that is important to me. And I think that's maybe important to understand too. Just because a system doesn't work for you anymore doesn't mean you can't maintain any part of it. I did like folding clothes as part of what helped me, I don't know, regulate, like as a mindfulness exercise. The things that I can fold, that I have time to fold, like blankets and towels, I still do because I still enjoy that process. But I'm not trying to fold every single piece of clothing in my house. It's working. I'm slowly making it through all of the piles of laundry that had become my carpet on the floor. It's a functional system. It's not a perfect system, but it's a functional system. All of us are probably holding on to systems that no longer work for us. I want to just give you permission to let it go. My partner can't brew beer in the garage for 8 hours. He started making mead in the house that doesn't take as long. Is it exactly his old system? No, but it still meets the same needs, right? This second book is on a topic that I have not been putting videos out about for 8 years. I'm learning a lot as I'm going. I will continue to learn more. I will share more with you as I learn this stuff. It's actually really, really exciting. I'm interviewing so many experts, learning so many cool new researchy terms like psychological entropy. So yeah, I'll keep you posted. I'll talk to you as I'm learning new things. But in the meantime, it's not just a one-way thing. I don't want to just tell you what I'm learning. I would love to know what you're learning. We learned our lesson on the first book. I do want to include community comments in the book, and we need your permission to include them. So if you'd like to contribute to the book, Harley, our community manager, will have a form pinned there that you can click on and fill out with your consent, your name, age, country, like information so that we can include your comment in the book. What systems used to work for you, like reliably, consistently, that you clung to even once they stopped working, even once they no longer made sense? And how long did it take you to realize it? And what did you end up doing? I really, really want to know. I want to know your stories. This is, to my knowledge, the only book. There is not another book out there about this in particular. So what would you like to see in a book about big transitions? Let me know that in the comments below. That way I can take that into consideration as I'm interviewing experts, as I'm figuring out what is going to be included in this book. Anything you can think of, please just comment in the comments below. I will come back and read these comments again and again. So even if this video was posted a week ago, 2 weeks ago, a month ago, I will still be coming back here and looking through these comments to see, how can I do this? Like, how can I best serve this community? Because I know that I need this book personally. I need a book that talks about how to navigate a big transition without destroying yourself in the process. That's my perspective, but I want to hear your perspective as well. That way it can be a book not just for me, but for this entire community. Thank you to our brain advocates and all our Patreon brains for supporting the work that we do. You're supporting not only the work that we do on this channel, but also the risks that I take when I'm writing a talk, writing a book, starting a podcast, which hopefully will happen soon. All of these ways to get this information out into the world, I can do safely because of the support that I know that I have, that I can rely on from you. Thank you. Like, subscribe, click all the things, and I will see you next video. Bye, brains.